Welcome to our U.S. briefing show. Today, we're diving into some exciting international negotiations happening right in London, where top officials from China and the U.S. are trying to cool down trade and tech tensions. After some initial talks without agreement, both sides are showing signs of making concessions, like easing export controls and managing rare earth mineral exports, marking a shift from tariffs to export restrictions. It's a dynamic situation that could impact the global economy, so stay tuned. Next, we turn our attention to Hong Kong's vibrant art scene. Big changes are underway as two major art institutions, Parasite and Asia Art Archive, are searching for new leaders. This comes at a time when Hong Kong's culture scene is navigating political shifts and looking for fresh talent to foster international and mainland China relations. Industry experts see this as an opportunity for renewal, with plans to expand and adapt in a challenging environment. The city's arts ecosystem remains resilient, and exciting times lie ahead. Finally, Hong Kong's stock market is showing some positive vibes. The Hang Seng Index nudged up slightly on Tuesday, driven by optimism over ongoing U.S.-China trade talks and some supportive news from Beijing about using housing funds to help home buyers. While no major breakthroughs have been announced, investor confidence is building, and regional markets are also posting gains. It's a promising sign that the financial markets are keeping a close eye on these international developments. Please continue to stay tuned for more detailed updates. From the South China Morning Post, the ongoing U.S.-China trade negotiations in London are shrouded in cautious optimism, despite no concrete agreements emerging after the first day. Both nations have signaled potential concessions, with the U.S. indicating a willingness to ease certain export controls on technology and rare earth minerals in exchange for China's cooperation on shipping more rare earths to America. The focus appears to have shifted from tariffs to export restrictions, as high-level officials from both sides, including Commerce Ministers Wang Wentao and Howard Lutnick, oversee the talks. Chinese state media and officials emphasize that these restrictions are legitimate measures to protect China's resources and accuse the U.S. of politicizing trade issues, while Chinese tech leader Ren Zhengfei advocates resilience and strategic adaptation in the face of external barriers, even as U.S. sanctions target Huawei's advanced chip sales. Meanwhile, in Hong Kong, the cultural sector is experiencing a transitional phase with two prominent institutions, Parasite and Asia Art Archive, seeking new leadership amid a backdrop of geopolitical tensions and evolving local dynamics. Parasite's departure of Billy Tang after 3 years and AAA's search for a successor to Christopher Ho mark a period of renewal, reflecting the city's vibrant but increasingly complex art scene. Experts highlight the importance of appointing leaders capable of fostering meaningful international and mainland China relations, especially as Hong Kong navigates its unique cultural identity under the influence of recent national security laws. Despite the upheavals, industry insiders remain optimistic about Hong Kong's ability to attract global talent and adapt to a crowded, competitive arts landscape, with ongoing efforts to find larger spaces and strengthen local talent development. In the financial markets, Hong Kong stocks edged higher on Tuesday amid hopes that the U.S.-China trade talks could lead to positive outcomes. The Hang Seng Index rose marginally, buoyed by optimism around ongoing discussions, particularly concerning technology and rare earth shipments. Mainland Chinese markets also showed resilience, with the CSI 300 and Shanghai Composite gaining modestly, supported by optimism over Beijing's measures to stimulate property demand and the rally of key stocks like China Hongqiao and Wuxi Biologics. Despite no breakthrough yet, officials remain optimistic about the negotiations continuing, and investor sentiment is bolstered by a shift away from U.S. assets as geopolitical tensions persist. The region's financial scene remains lively, with new IPOs and increased trading volumes reflecting a broader confidence in the market's resilience amidst global uncertainties. The Associated Press reports on the ongoing deliberations in Harvey Weinstein's sex crimes retrial, highlighting the tense atmosphere within the jury room as they navigate complex testimonies. After days of contentious discussion, the jurors are focusing on one of Weinstein's accusers, Jessica Mann, whose relationship with him spans years and involves allegations of rape in 2013. The jury, composed of 7 women and 5 men, has experienced moments of discord, with some members feeling pressured to change their opinions and others asserting that progress is being made. Despite Weinstein's denial and his legal team's assertion that the encounters were consensual, the case remains emotionally charged, reflecting the broader societal reckoning with allegations of sexual misconduct that emerged during the Me Too movement. The jury's deliberations, now into their 4th day, underscore the difficulty of reaching a consensus amidst the complex web of evidence and personal histories. Yahoo US details Senator Martin Heinrich's call to close the Torrance County ICE detention facility in New Mexico after his staff uncovered troubling conditions during a visit. The facility, run by CoreCivic, was found to have detainees suffering from inadequate access to legal and medical services, with reports of physical abuse and inhumane living conditions. Despite official statements claiming the facility maintains good standards, Heinrich's team observed backed-up sinks, sewage issues, and broken tablets vital for detainees to access legal resources. The water supply outage at the detention center exacerbated these problems, with detainees reportedly subjected to restricted water for days, and staff unable to adequately address the crisis. Heinrich's advocacy emphasizes concerns over the treatment of detainees, calling for the facility's closure to ensure humane conditions and accountability, amid ongoing debates about ICE detention practices nationwide. South China Morning Post reveals Huawei founder Ren Zhengfei's optimistic outlook on the company's technological capabilities despite U.S. sanctions. Ren acknowledged that Huawei's Ascend chips lag behind American technology by a generation but emphasized that innovative techniques like stacking and clustering chiplets could achieve performance comparable to the world's best. Ren's comments come amid escalating U.S. restrictions, including new export controls on Huawei's chips, which have challenged the company's development. He highlighted China's advantages in AI development, citing a large pool of young talent, robust infrastructure, and a powerful information network, asserting that China can compensate for technological gaps through creative approaches. Ren's remarks suggest confidence that Chinese chipmakers can overcome U.S. sanctions using alternative methods, emphasizing the country's resilience and potential in advancing AI and semiconductor technology despite external pressures. CNN reports that China is taking a bold step to encourage childbirth by mandating that all tertiary hospitals offer epidural anesthesia by the end of 2024, with secondary hospitals following suit by 2027. This initiative aims to create a more welcoming and comfortable environment for women during labor, addressing the country's declining birth rate amid economic and social challenges. Currently, only about 30% of pregnant women in China receive anesthesia during childbirth, significantly lower than the over 70% in many developed nations like France, the US, and Canada. The Chinese government's efforts include expanding insurance coverage for childbirth anesthesia and extending parental leave, all designed to reduce the barriers to having children and foster a more family-friendly society. As the population shrinks for the third consecutive year, these measures reflect a strategic push to reverse demographic trends and improve maternal experiences, emphasizing comfort, security, and happiness in the birthing process. Meanwhile, the Associated Press highlights a significant legal battle over personal privacy as 27 states and the District of Columbia sue to block the sale of 23andMe's genetic data without explicit customer consent. This lawsuit emerges amid the company's financial struggles and bankruptcy proceedings, with concerns mounting over the handling of highly sensitive DNA and health information. Customers, who use 23andMe saliva kits to explore ancestry and health traits, argue that such intimate data should never be commodified without clear, informed permission. Despite Regeneron Pharmaceuticals' promise to honor existing privacy policies if it acquires 23andMe, critics worry about the potential misuse or mishandling of personal genetic information. The case underscores the ongoing debate over data privacy, consent, and the ethical responsibilities of biotech companies in protecting individuals' most personal biological data amidst financial turmoil and legal scrutiny. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Waking up to wonders, tech and nature blunders. Got our rockets flying while the oceans are sighing. Lasers in the sky now.